Invierte en tu futuro.
Estudia en FUNDES del Espinal.
Derechos, licenciatura en lengua extranjera e inglés, tecnología en regencia de farmacia y especialización en educación e intervención psicoeducativa.
Becas, descuentos y convenios.
Llama ya al 320-225-4010.
Institución sujeta a inspección y vigilancia por el Ministerio de Educación Nacional.
Así. Sí. O sea, el tuyo es algo. Sí, 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 muchachos. Chicos, himno, vamos con el himno, muchachos, vamos con el himno. Yo le dije al Marco ensayar con ese chico. Tanto que me mamé de decir eso. ¿Entra usted presente? Dios.
Ahora, dando lectura.
Eso
Canta el alma de mi raza, en el bunde de Castilla, y ese canto es sol que abraza. Nacer, vivir, amando el Magdalena, la pena se hace buena y alegre el existir. La 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 la, la 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 la. Nacer, vivir, amando el Magdalena, la pena se hace buena y alegre el existir. La 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 la, la 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 la. Baila, 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 baila sus bambucos mi Tolima, y el aguardiente es más valiente y leal. La 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 la, la 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 la. Baila, 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 baila sus bambucos mi Tolima, y el aguardiente es más valiente y leal. La 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 la, la 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 la. Soy vaquero tolimense y en el pecho llevo espumas, va mi potro entre las brumas con cocuyos en la frente, y al sentir mi galopar, galopa el amor del corazón. La la la, la 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 la. Soy vaquero tolimense y en el pecho llevo espumas, va mi potro entre las brumas con cocuyos en la frente, y al sentir mi galopar, galopa el amor del corazón. La 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 la, la 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 la. Pues mi rejo va a enlazar la dulzura del amor con la voz de mi cantar. Mi Tolima, la 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 la, la 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 la.
No es un himno que canten tus glorias, y esas glorias están por venir. Es un canto de amor y esperanza que te augura victoria sin fin. Funde sí estimula al alumno a vivir en perfecta hermandad. Los valores propuestos son luces del respeto, el amor, la verdad. No es un himno que canten tus glorias, y esas glorias están por venir. Es un canto de amor y esperanza que te augura victoria sin fin. Monseñor Abraham Escudero, corazones y mentes abrió, esperando que el mundo responda y haga vida la palabra de Dios. un himno que canten tus glorias, y esas glorias están por venir. Es un canto de amor y esperanza que te augura victoria sin fin. El Tolima y la Iglesia agradecen sacrificios que muchos harán por hacer de Fundes un ejemplo de virtud, honradez, lealtad. No es un himno que canten tus glorias, y esas glorias están por venir. Es un canto de amor y esperanza que te augura victoria sin fin. Verte amada en mi patria es mi anhelo, verte honrada aquí en mi nación. Son los votos que hacemos tus hijos, porque luzcas insigne blasón.
Venga, venga. Dale, dale, dale.
Ahora damos la bienvenida al padre rector de su familia, quien nos estará acompañando el día de hoy. Extendemos un saludo muy especial a todos los asistentes y a los que nos invitamos a seguir haciendo la para compartir conocimiento y ayudar en torno a la importancia de la educación.
Sí, sí.
De la jornada para compartir nuestra identidad cristiana, la oración de FUNDES. Sabe, opción para danos, Señor, la sabiduría necesaria. Esa esperanza que cambia, se convierta en una fuerza para que sepamos de la ciencia, mostrar esta obra y a través de las artes, la belleza, estrategias y nuestros para que siempre a la voluntad y hacer de nuestra vida una fiesta.
O sea, para que nos estemos hablando.
Tanto que está rodeada de paso en torno a la
Si no va.
sí.
Administrativo, tanto de nuestra institución universitaria como de la comunidad. Y sentido que todos los amigos que están conectados. Sean bienvenidos a este espacio que hoy se convierte en un punto de encuentro transporte extranjera no es asignatura, sino que es una administración más ciudadanos capaces de participar con su propia también el centro de sur del Tolima este desafío ha adquirido una administración idioma inglés y una lengua extranjera nos representa una social, los datos ciertamente confirman sectores estratégicos y va propiciando llegar a cuatro pueden cuatro. Más allá de esa cuando un joven de nuestra región toca comunicarse con fluidez en una lengua extranjera, en inglés, no solamente amplía sus propias oportunidades de son de su familia, fortalece la competitividad del territorio donde se está creando brechas más persistentes entre los colombianos y los urbanos. En esta realidad es donde la apuesta de FUNDES por la licenciatura en lengua extranjera inglés de calidad adquiere toda su dimensión. No es un programa más que el Estado del Ministerio de Educación Nacional, sino que en una agente de equidad territorial, de desarrollo humano y de oportunidades de igualdad y justicia. Por eso, la metodología CLIL contemplará language integration, no es una nueva respuesta, sino que es una respuesta fundamentada a la investigación, a la pregunta de cómo podemos nosotros integrar aprendizaje de contenidos disciplinares con el desarrollo de las competencias cognitivas. De esta manera, el enseñar el inglés no solamente habla sobre el inglés, sino que es enseñar a este. Esto es una formación no cualquiera, sino una formación sólida, una estas dos jornadas internacional, vamos a explorar distintos enfoques que van desde el pensamiento crítico del aula, híbrida y el aprendizaje en torno de bajos recursos hasta el uso de moda hasta el menos para el desarrollo de tantas habilidades comunicativas. En este espíritu de aprendizaje, enseñanza CLIL en su máxima expresión, es que vamos a intentar distintos escenarios en donde la enseñanza de una lengua se convierte no solamente en un objetivo en sí mismo, sino en un vehículo de transformación, de capacitación, de servicio de conocimiento a la vida y a los otros. Este simposio que realizamos es ante todo el resultado del compromiso de nuestro programa de licenciatura en nuestra inglés. Se lo actualmente, que han estado anteriormente, toda la organización de los directores anteriores que han ido construyendo y consolidando IX, grupo de la licenciatura, que se ha preocupado por ir organizando este encuentro de educación que va a todos y cada uno de nosotros. Desde el diseño de cada licenciatura, como una definición fundacional de información. Sabemos que esta metodología, aunque no la conocida, apostamos a este tipo de metodología porque la conocimos con la certeza de que integrar los contenidos y la lengua es el camino más coherente, más exigente, más profundo, más eficaz para los docentes verdaderamente competentes. No solamente por el respeto, y todas esas cosas monocrónicas, estudiando, viendo, sino en la pública, de enseñar, de derivar la vocación de los maestros competentes en esta misión y dedicación personal y profesional. Esa decisión temprana cuando nuestra región ya tanto el desempeño de esa metodología no fue solamente una decisión visionaria. El desempeño de los trabajos de nuestra licenciatura, la y el reconocimiento que en las instituciones en donde se han insertado son ciertamente muy coherentes con lo que la investigación para quienes hemos tenido el privilegio de acompañar este proceso de maduración de nuestra licenciatura es un motivo y de y cada vez que abrimos este auditorio ahora que hoy algo valioso se comparten las redes que se van tejiendo y las que van abiertas cada una de las instituciones, de las enseñanzas, de las prácticas, pues se van convirtiendo en el patrimonio académico que el programa va atesorando y del cual se nutre nuestra reflexión por la y adelante también estos Vamos a este es su espacio, este es su modo y esta extensión. Y un sistema de agradecimiento a todos y a cada uno de los participación, a los invitados de la que el profesor de la Universidad de Chile, a los San Juan Cuatro, de la Universidad de Chile, a los a quienes están aquí presentes en nuestro auditorio, y a aquellos que nos siguen virtualmente, los invito a que aprovechen cada una de las ponencias, cada conversación, cada intercambio. Lo que van a ver en estos 2 días de trabajo y de reflexión es solamente la atención a la frontera del conocimiento pedagógico en la extranjera. Y ustedes tienen para esas ideas a las pero son y de durante pueden estar con unas buenas prácticas, unas cosas que podemos ir a en FUNDES, ciertamente creemos que la educación técnica transforma a quienes aprenden, a quienes enseñan y a través de una comunidad. El inglés, bajo la metodología CLIL, es hoy una de las herramientas más poderosas para que esta transformación tenga una acción local, nacional e internacional. Con la confianza puesta en Dios y en el talento de toda nuestra comunidad académica, me da mucha alegría un simposio de reflexión sobre Vive, muchas gracias.
A usted, padre, que esté muy bien.
Thank you very much.
I know.
Su trabajo se enfoca en metodología activa que favorece el aprendizaje significativo.
Please join me for
favor.
Students from the bachelor's degree, thank you so much as well for coming out. So we're going to start this symposium. We're talking about break, active breaks in English. Alright? So I'm going to start this activity with an active break. Right? So please everybody stand up. Please everybody stand up. Stand up, please. Everybody stand up. On your seats, we're going to move. We're going to make some movements in active breaks. All right? So please everybody, hands up, hands up, hands down.
Hands up, hands down. Okay, everybody on your seats, you are going to march, okay? You are going to hit the floor really, really hard. Okay, march, hit the floor, hit the floor. I can hear you, hit the floor, hit the floor. That's right, this is march. Okay, now stop. Now you're going to run, but how? How? Because you're here on your seats, but you have to run. You have to move your arms like this. Right? Move it, move it. Fernando, come on, come on. Don't be shy, don't be shy. You are going to be teachers. So don't be shy. You are going to be teachers, all right? Okay, so, all right. Now, please, again, hands up. Hands up, everybody. Hands down. That's good. Remember, march. Everybody march. Hit the floor so hard. That's right. Good. And the last one is run. Do it, do it, do it, do it. You're running. You're running. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Very good. Very, very good. Please. All right. So my name is Alvaro Arias, and I'm really, really happy to be here with you. Thanks for the teachers. Thanks for Adriana. Thanks for everybody that just give this opportunity to stay here and this event reality. Okay, so I'm going to present my activity and my exposition about break the routine, active breaks that boost English learning. Okay, so we are going to start with a question, just a simple question. Please, next, please. Next slide. So we're going to start with this simple question. How can an active break be defined? How can an active break be defined? So to answer this question, please everybody pass here and write words, simple words about what is an active break. How can an active break be defined? Just you can pass here and write words, phrases, whatever you want, relating to active breaks. Do you know what is an active break? You know what is that? So come here and write here, please. Write it here, please. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't worry about it. Come here and write. Here you can find the markers. Here you can find markers, and you are going to write, what is an active break? How can an active break be defined? What is that? Yeah, that's right. Write wherever you want. It's okay. Don't be shy. Write. What do you think it's an active break? How can an active break be defined? How can you define an active break? So come here, don't be shy, and write words, phrases. Please, yeah, Cafasur, Industrial, please Go there and write a word. What do you think is an active break? A word. Just write a word. A simple word. What do you think is an active break? An active break. You got cell phones? You got cell phones here? No? Okay. Maybe in your cell phones, you can find what is an active break. Write on Google, active break. What is that? And you get an idea. Yes. Search on the cell phone the word active break. Maybe you can have an idea. What is that? Yes, it's a warming up, it's breaker, warming up activities, warming up. Yeah, it's okay. It's relating. All is relating, right? Thank you, students. Thanks for your participation. Remember, don't be shy because you are going to be teachers. You are going to be teachers, so you have to be active. Nobody wrote here. What happened? What happened with the first paper? Nobody wrote there. Thank you, students from Industrial and Cafasur. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to read the words that you wrote a couple of minutes ago. So how can an active break be defined? So you wrote motivation, activating knowledge, movement, pause, attitude, progress, strategies, play, questions, refreshment, knowledge, cozy place, energy, aptitude, icebreaker, effective feeder low, reactivation, physical activity, activities, and discipline. All right, good. Okay, so please, next slide. So I'm going to give you the definition according to the World Health Organization. What is an active break? A normal active break that you can find the active breaks in, for example, in an office, in a company. You can find an active break in universities, yes, maybe in the office, maybe in the offices of other places where you can find people working, right? According to the World Health Organization, an active break is a short pause, a short pause. It's a stop. It's a stopping, it's a breaking of your monotonous time. Yes, it's a stop, but it is not just a stop. It's a short pause during the day in which simple physical movements like, okay, stand up, move your hands, move your fingers, move your neck and your head, right? This is a simple active break, right? Or like exercises are performed to reduce fatigue and improve concentration. Okay, the principal or the main objective of this active break is reduce the fatigue, yes, reduce the fatigue and improve the concentration. So, next slide is about what is an active break, but in the academic context, okay? Because here we are in an academic context. My researching is about how the active breaks can improve and potentialize the English, right? For example, in the academic context, the active breaks go beyond the physical activity. It's more than that. Yes, the active breaks is more than a physical activity, a physical movement. Yes, it's more than that. For me, it's more than that. Why? Because in these spaces, when you apply the active break, you are learning. Yes, you are learning. For this reason, it's really important to apply active breaks in our academic context because the students are learning something. Yes. So I applied this project in some universities, in some school, in the region. And for example, in one university, just a division of, we can say, bienestar universitario, apply these active breaks with an objective of learning something. For example, we can put a topic, for example, present simple. How can we learn present simple with an active break? For example, the present simple, you said that you have to put the s of the in the verbs at the end of the verb in third person. Yes. So an active break. How can I say that? How can we learn the verbs with an active break? Yes. How can we connect our classes, for example, physical classes or science or maths, with an active break? So an active break is just you're going to be, or you are able to apply, yes, different topics and different classes with these active breaks and with CLIL. All right, good. Next slide, please, Alejandro. All right, so two questions. When was the last time you took an active break during a class or a work session? When was the last time? When was the last time? The last time you took an active break during a class or work session? So please share the post-its, and you're going to write in the post-it. Here I have some post-its. Yes. So you're going to write in the post-its. When was the last time you took an active break in your classroom, in your school, in the university, in your office? When was it? When was the last time that you maybe applied an active break? When? You can write never. Never. I have never had an active break in my life. Okay, it's okay. Or you can say 2 years ago, yesterday, a month, 1 year ago. I don't know, whatever you want. Just write it. Okay. Okay, here. Yes, yes. Take a color. Take a color. Take a color. Okay, in past. All right. Try to broke this one and write a word. Write wherever you want. When was the last time you took an active break in your context? In this case, in your school, office, or something like that. And pass it, please. Yeah. Okay. Remember, write a word or write yes, no, never. When was your last time, the last time that you took a break in, an active break in your life? Write it on the post-it. Pass the papers. Okay. Okay, you have to write on in this piece of paper, this post-it, if you maybe have an active break, or when was the last time that you have an active break. Yes, you can write yes, no, never. When was the last time? Have you ever had an active break in your life? I don't know. Escriban ahí, yes, no, when, where, cuándo fue, dónde. Okay. Good. All right, good. Next. Acá ustedes escriban si alguna vez han tenido una cosa así, así, sí, cuándo, dónde. Okay. Thank you, Industrial. And here, Cafasur, please write. Maybe in your life, if you ever had an active break in your life, in your school, in a classroom, in a class? Okay. So somebody wants to tell us here in this auditorium if you have, or when was the last time you took an active break? Somebody wants to come here and say? Okay, come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. Don't worry. The idea is to participate and practice. Okay, so when was the last time you took an active break during a class or a work session?
Honestly, about my case, what I wrote, it was when I was studying at Sena since 2 years ago.
Ooh, thank you. Applause for him. That's good. So he had an active break in Sena 2 years ago. 2 years ago was a long time ago. What happened in these years? You know, active breaks is really important for our healthy life, mentally life as well, and the mental life. Okay. All right. Somebody wants to come here and said, when was the last time you got an active break? Shada? No? Valerie? Come here. Okay, we have first semester here. That's good. Nice. Come here. Come here. And I help you. Come here. And I help you. Yo te ayudo. Gracias. Come here. A big applause for Valerie for first semester. She's from first semester. Thank you, Valerie. Okay. When was the last time you took an active break during a class or a work session? First one.
My last activity break was on Friday after Mario's class.
Mario's class. So Mario here did active breaks. That's good. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Somebody here? Palomino? Or come here. When was the last active break that you ever had in your life?
Okay, I take an activate break during the class in my practice in Colegio Técnico Los Ángeles during my session. Answer the question? No?
Thank you. Very good. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to ask for here in Cavasur. ¿Alguien quiere participar? Somebody wants to participate? No? You? No? Just a simple word, yes or no. First question is, when was the last time you took an active break during a class or a work session?
It was stretching some time ago.
Nice, thank you. Very good. Nice. Somebody else? ¿Alguien más? Somebody else wants to say something in English? No? No? It's okay. Here, Industrial. No? Somebody wants to say something in English about active breaks? When was the last time you took an active break during a class or work session?
4 days ago, we got an active break. We go to a room called Aula Multiple, and we did some dance exercise with a teacher that came from Bogota City.
Very good. Thank you. Nice. Very good. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So, do you think a short physical activities can really improve learning? Okay. Okay, we are going to answer this question with the next slide. Okay, we are going to pass to the next one. Okay, so this question is answered by this information. They improve concentration. Yes, the active breaks improve concentration. They reduce stress. They increase motivation. They promote meaningful learning. Okay, so we can say that according to the World Health Organization, we can say that active breaks are not just movements to move, and that's it, but opportunities to reset the brain and enhance learning and continue with your work. That's right. Good. Next slide, please. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how can connect these active breaks with CLIL. As it is really important for this university, and not just for this university, for all the students and teachers in the country and in the world. Okay, we can connect CLIL, yes, with the active breaks, like learning vocabulary through movement. For example, the first activity that we did, I just learned some verbs, yes, like run, march, yes, that's right. Then giving instructions in English, when everybody hands down, hands up, hands down, right? Yes. Integrating skills like listening, speaking, yes, and kinesthetic learning. So according to Usher and Marsh, we can say language learning through movement improve engagement and retention. Okay. Next, please. Benefits in the classroom. Obviously, we can have a lot of benefits in the classroom. Yes, talking about active breaks. We can, for example, we can acquire rated student participation. As you see, yes, we can have a lot of participation in the classroom. Yes, better classroom environment. Better classroom environment. You know that in this country it's really, really hard to work with the students, because sometimes we have a lot of students like 40, 41, 42, and they act really bad. So these kind of activities can improve this environment. Yes, and you can have obviously better classes, and you can achieve better and significant results. And also you can increase the information retention. Yes, you know that we are teachers. We are teaching a lot of things, a lot of information. So sometimes we have a lot of problems with the retention of the information. With the active breaks, you can acquire information and you can retain it. Okay. Next, please. So now we are going to do an activity, right? I need groups. So this is my activity, okay? But you are going to create one. You are going to create one activity. This is my activity. Okay, we are going to take into account objectives, okay? The objective of your class. Yes, you are going to create an objective, a content with CLIL, the subject area, the topic, and expected outcomes. You remember that I did an activity in the first part of the class, yeah, of this session. So my objective was students will learn and use action verbs in English through movement. We learned that. We learned march, run, and hands up, hands down. Yes? Good. The subject area was physical education. So I suppose that I was a physical teacher, a physics teacher, yes? And we connect English to teach English with the verbs, right? The topic was action verbs like jump, run, stretch, turn, sit, stand. Unexpected outcomes. Students understand and use vocabulary through actions. Okay, that was my activity. Now you are going to create one activity. So I'm going to give you papers, markers, and you are going to make groups. Okay, I need 5 groups. I need 5 groups, okay? 5 groups. Fast, please. I need 5 groups, and you are going to write in this piece of paper, what is your objective? What is your class? Okay? So, please, I need one teacher to help Cafasur and other teacher to help Industrial. Okay? Okay? So, Palomino. Cafasur. Okay, one. Go with Cafasur. Who wants to work with Industrial? Palomino, dale. Okay, go. Yes, teacher, please come here. So we have the teacher. A big applause for the teacher, Cesar. Good. Okay, teacher. You are going to work with them. Yes, you are going to create your class. A simple class. How can you apply active break in this class? Okay. And I need other teacher here. Aleja, come here, please. A big applause for Aleja. Un aplauso, por favor. Big applause for teacher Aleja. Okay. So please, Juan, come here, take a paper. Teacher, come here, take a paper. Markers, please. Take some markers. Aleja, please come here. You are going to work with them. Yes, and you are going to create a class with a CLIL and an active break. Camila, do it. Do it. Yeah, maybe science, history. This is about physics. Okay, Juan. Maybe you. No. Other. Yes, you have to add your objective. Yeah, the same points, right? Yeah. For example, you can make an activity about the parts of the body, and this is science, and that's it. What is your activity? Maybe history, and you can add some topics about history, and you are teaching history through English. For example, science, the parts of the body. So try commands, but we have commands. You can, for example, teach verbs. But I did verbs. Try to change. Try to change the topic. Maps, yes, maps. Numbers, or yes, maps. Maps in English. Listo. Okay, good morning. Said from La Habana. Wow, La Habana, Cuba. Hello, good morning. Jus Mila Zamora. Good morning from Colombia to Cuba, La Habana. Thank you so much. Thanks for staying here in our symposium, international symposium. We have more comments. Maybe maps, science, biology, history, geography. It's free. It's free. Maybe geography in English. The departments of Colombia departments. Something like that. Good. Okay. Remember, apply or just, yes, apply movements. Yes, the idea is to apply movements in your activity. One, remember, apply movements of your activity, right? It's like an icebreaker, an icebreaker. Yes, with movements. Yes, the idea is to have movement. Yes. Can be a warming up activity, an icebreaker, that you just apply movements, just movements. Yes, this is the idea. Objective, subject area, the topic, and the expected outcomes. Five minutes. Okay, we have other comment here. Sergio Andrés Pedraza Vélez, 9898. Universidad Católica Luis Amigo, Medellín, presente. That's good. Nice. Welcome, Luis Amigo. Thank you so much. Welcome to Fundes. We have other comment here. Es Julia del Rosario Paredes. Felicitaciones, Fundes. Saludos desde Ecuador. Thank you so much. Thank you, Julia. Welcome to Fundes, and thanks for staying here in our transmission and our event, CLIL. Teacher, please, 5 minutes to finish. 5 minutes to finish. 5 minutes, please. 5 minutes. Laura, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Sarah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Teacher Aleja, 5 minutes. Three minutes, please. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Two minutes. 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes. Okay, teachers finished? Did you finished? Did you finished? Fast, please. Quickly. You're going to finish. We have to finish. Finished, Sarah? Finished? All right, good. So here, Teacher Aleja finished? Okay, please everybody, sit down. Hands up. Hands up. You finished? Okay, one. Finished. Okay. Yes, do it. Thank you. Okay, please, every group, please, every group, choose one leader. Choose one leader or maybe two. Choose one leader or maybe two to come here and explain your class. Thank you, Sadak. Thank you so much. Very good. Yeah, it's okay. One leader, come here, please. Come here. One leader, please. One leader of each group, come here and explain your class. What do you do? Ready? Come here. What is the paper? Come here, please. Sarah, come here, please. One. If you, it's okay, and one student. Laura's. One leader and a student, please, and one student. One leader and one student. Okay, good. Please, here, pay attention. Silence, please. We're going to pay attention to each participation and explanation of the class. Okay? Okay, all right. You're ready? Please sit down. Silence, pay attention, please. You got it? Good. Okay.
Okay. Our activity is Simon says during the operative the student will learn about simple vocabulary of the body part with commands and movement. The content is the biology science. The subject area is science. The body parts functions using Simon says. Expect the result. The student will recognize what are the body part function and the body part and function.
Good. Okay, so this group made an activity about the body parts or parts of the body. Yes, this is about science or biology. Yes? Okay, thank you. Good. But the activity was, Simon says. All right, good. So I'm going to expect that you make other activity like Simon says.
So hello guys, everyone. The theory is the same topic, is part of the human body, but this is true. The song, the name of song is head shoulder. The idea is the student stand up and the sing of song in, for example, head shoulder, and a student movement and follow the instruction. Okay, this is a theory. This is the simple draft. And the outcomes is identify the vocabulary and motivation of the student.
Thank you, Juan. Very good. That was the parts of the body with the song. Yes? This is the classic song of the parts of the body. Where's the head, shoulders, knees, and toes? Knees and toes. That's right. Good. Good. Teachers. Yes, that's a classic one. Okay, Michael.
Hello, everyone. Sorry. Okay, guys. Our activity is about math and English. In this topic, we have to learn geometric shapes. Yeah. The objective is the student will learn and use geometric shapes vocabulary in English through interactive and visual activities. Our subject is math and English. Our topic is geometric shapes and learning outcomes. Students understand to use vocabulary related to geometric shapes through identification, drawing, and real-life connection. Our activity is too similar to Simon Says because we are going to tell to the students geometric in English, and the students with base their knowledge, they going to draw on the board the geometric shapes. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Nice, Michael. Thank you so much. Very good. Okay, Nicole.
Okay, good morning. The activity is the mental clinic. About the objective is students will be able to improve the communicative competence through advice. The topic is mental health. Is based when the students practice, for example, uses the modal verbs should, I should exercise, I should relax, I should improve my mental health. And the expected outcomes is that first is the student will understood the use of modal verb should, and the second, students will get motivated to improve their mental health.
Very good, Nicole. Thank you. All right, take a seat. Thank you so much. Thanks for your participation. It was a really, really good exercise. What? Well, whatever you want. It's okay. Just take it. One minute, please. That's good. All right. Okay, my dear students, thank you so much. As remember, that was really important for our practicing. You know, English is really important, so please keep it up. And thank you. Was Alvaro Arias in the microphone? Thank you so much. That was my presentation. All right. Okay, thank you. That's right. Thank you.
Okay, any question for teacher Alvaro? Yes?
Questions? Who? One? Ask something.
Good morning. Teacher, what do you think about the theory of the crash, about correction theory of the affective filter?
Let me check. Crashing. Crashing. Okay, affective. Okay, the affective theory, but this is relating to education, right? This is relating to education. I think affective or crashing, the crashing theory is about affective, how to apply the affective activities or affective relationships, yes, in education. So I think it's very important and it's very, very useful because in these days or on these days, you know, we had a pandemic in the past, and in these days we have some problems, mental problems, and this is about teachers and students in general. So the affective topic, it's really important because you need to pay attention to mental problems, yes, and you have to apply different strategies just to improve the affective mental health to the students, and not just the students, teachers, administrative, yes. So it's really important. I think it's really important to apply these kind of things in class. Okay, right. Other question? Okay.
Good morning. What is the negative
Fundes evoluciona. Más de 20 años de experiencia, ahora también en la virtualidad. Estudia Administración Ambiental o Ingeniería Comercial o fortalece tu experiencia profesional especializándote en gestión del talento humano, gerencia de empresas de salud, derecho procesal penal, gerencia de proyectos, sistemas de gestión integral de la calidad, medio ambiente y riesgos laborales en Fundes Virtual. Mayores informes 320-225-4010. Fundes.
Institución sujeta a inspección y vigilancia por el Ministerio de Educación Nacional.
To meaningful learning and teacher development.
Cuenta con más de 32 años de experiencia en educación y actualmente se desempeña como directora pedagógica y bilingüe. Posee estudios avanzados en enseñanza del idioma y promueve el aprendizaje significativo y el desarrollo docente.
Let's welcome her with enthusiasm.
Démosle una cálida bienvenida.
Good morning. Can you listen to me? Am I online?
Can you hear us?
Yes. Okay. Good morning. I was waiting for someone to give me like the opportunity to be here. Can you listen to me? Yes. Can you say if you're listening to me? Hola a todos.
Yes, teacher, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So is someone going to help me with the presentation? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so before starting, I just want to say thank you to Fundes for this amazing idea. I strongly believe that we need to work together from different scenarios in Colombia and to share all the things that we have built. My idea today is to share with you some questions I have about CLIL, not only me, my community, through this short talk that I have entitled CLIL Beyond the Label, When Language Serves Knowledge. And through this conversation, my idea is to question and to show with you some questions about how CLIL is often implemented, and to really focus on the importance of understanding that CLIL is only meaningful when language mediates understanding, not when English is simple added. As they say, I am Claudia Uribe. I am right now in Rio Negro, Antioquia, in Colegio Campestre Horizontes. And I like to start saying that I am a passionate teacher. Next, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so as I was saying, when we talk about content and language learning, CLIL, it's not just about saying that CLIL happens because I am using English. No, CLIL happens because I have the perfect mediation between the quality of the content, in this case, the subject that I am teaching. Let's call it science, let's call it reading, let's call it literature, let's call it physical education, right? Where the objectives of what the students are going to be learning are clearly defined and clearly present through the whole process of planning. And then second element that needs to be considered is cognition. How me as a teacher, my community is scaffolding cognition, how we are assuring our students are learning actively, not only through physical movement, but through cognitive movement, and how language becomes a tool for meaning and proper communication. It's not simply exposing the students to English, it's using real science, real literature, real physical education that happens inside the classroom and outside the classroom as the central key of my topic, and is mediated by real demands, real material, real questions, and cognitive scaffolding. From this first moment, I want to highlight some key elements. First, the content is central. If I am teaching science, science content is central. Second, cognition is intentionally scaffolded. What are we learning in this class? And the third one is language is a mediational tool. So at the beginning, we go from the surface, from here, and then we move to deeper understanding of the topic that we are working. So for this invitation, for all the teachers that are here with me, CLIL sessions must be well planned, activities must be adapted or tailored, and we need to strengthen assessment, and we need to think of higher levels of thinking. Thank you. Next. Here, maybe it's not really clear for some of you, I am presenting the 4 C's of COIL, the 4 C's that are going to help us plan CLIL. The first one is content. What are learners learning? The second is communication. How are learners using the language to learn? Cognition. How learners think about the information, about the topic that we are working. And the fourth one is culture. In this culture is related to my community and the development of global citizenship. So why learning this topic matters in the real world. When we go back to content, I want you to think of the subject, not English, the subject. Science, physical education, arts, drama, music, literature, technology. And when we talk about communication, we need to focus on 4 and 3 things. It's like the students are learning the language, but they are talking about the content, okay? And they are using that language to learn, in this case, science. And then they are language learning through learning. And this is very important. And I know it sounds complicated. It is a little bit complex, but it needs time. And when we talk about cognition, it's like, what is happening? What is happening in the thinking processes with my students and how they are engaging to construct understanding. And the 4C, it's like, how is this making meaning through context? How is this being positive for identity construction and for creating a connection between learning and the learner's world? A lot of questions. I will share this presentation with you if you just write to me, and at the end I'm going to give you my email address. Please, next slide. So this, when I was planning this, I said, listen, it's not just about CLIL. It's about the pedagogical exercise that we need as teachers to develop. And I was thinking about Vanegas in didactic transposition, and also to a very good friend of mine that is Liliana Maturana. And it's like, hey, how are we taking this knowledge that is outside the classroom into the classroom to become school knowledge, to become knowledgeable, to become positive for our students and for what they are developing in their learning experience. And here we need to go and analyze that we need to change the way we see transmission. Okay, it's not from transmission, I'm giving you a class. No, we have to move from transmission into negotiation. So it's not me, Claudia, who has the knowledge. It's not the curriculum who has the knowledge, and it's the learner receiving the knowledge. No, it is knowledge that belongs to the teacher, to the community, and the students, that is discussed, analyzed, constructed, lived with the teacher and the learners in a democratic situation. And this is really, really important. Why? Because it's not just developing any topic, it's thinking of what is that my students need to learn based on the objectives of the class. How am I going to develop those topics, and how am I allowing them to tell me how to develop that? Okay, and then when they say, hey teacher, let's do this, or let's do such another activity, I start selecting the sources. What are the sources that I need? Do we need music? Do we need a task? Do we need a video? And how am I adapting those sources for the level of my student and for the objective? And then how am I understanding what is happening in the classroom, and how am I redesigning my teaching based on the needs of my community? A key element from this didactic transposition is like, we need to open a more democratic classroom where we can construct intellectual challenges in a collaborative learning culture, where the students know what they are learning, what for, what they are going to be doing with that, and how all of us together create knowledge. Thank you. Next, please. And this, it's going to set with a very important element about CLIL. CLIL is pedagogically demanding. CLIL is difficult. CLIL requires a lot of analysis, a lot of material, a lot of didactic elements, a lot of questions, because it's not simplified teaching. It's not just go and select a recipe, and because I'm having a recipe, I'm teaching CLIL and my students are learning. No, it has two specific demands. First one, strong disciplinary awareness. And second, planned language use. And I want you to think of other classes that are not in Spanish, in English, I'm sorry, but they are CLIL. When I'm teaching science in Spanish, I am talking in Spanish about science. But the Spanish that I'm using must be accurate and must be tell me what science ideas, what scientific ideas I am using. And here I need the teacher, Claudia, you, to understand that I need to have a deeper understanding of my subject, of the language, to talk about science in English, to talk science in English, and to develop science in English. And for that, as a teacher, I need to understand the deeply pedagogical implications of CLIL. Next, please. So when we're talking about the first demand, a strong disciplinary awareness, I'm going to say something that it might sound horrible. It's like, to teach science in English, I need to know science. I need to understand the scientific elements that I am teaching to my kids. Because on the other hand, what I'm doing is developing superficial content. And what I'm doing is diminishing the possibilities of my students to develop critical thinking, to understand how to solve a problem, to transfer that knowledge into other elements. So it's not just let me study, or it's not just let's do an activity. No, it's like, if I am going to teach science and I am an English teacher, my strong suggestion for you is study science. Take courses about science. get into a diploma course about science, because you have the language, you have the didactic elements, and you need to have a deep content. It's not just about the foreign language. It's not about learning English. It's about developing content and language integrated learning and giving our students the best. And this is connected to the second demand. We need to plan the language use. And it happens when someone is learning Spanish. At the very beginning, we're using simpler ideas. We're having some grammar issues. We don't have all the words. Well, the same happens when we are teaching and learning other language, and when we are having a content that is the mediator of that class. So we need to give our students the vocabulary that they require to communicate in the class, but also to scaffold all the activities and abilities that they need in that target language to approach and to learn the target content. Why? Because if you're talking to me in English and you're using science, I don't know what a cellula is, because you have never told me what it is. I'm just repeating the word cellula, cell, but I don't understand the real meaning and the real importance of a cell in any human body or in any living entity. So language has to be planned, connected to the contents we are studying, in order for our students to move from simple knowledge into higher abilities that are going to be ending in deeper understanding of the concept. Next slide, please. And this, it's going to tell me something that for some people, it's difficult. It's like, the school is not just to have fun. The school is for cognition to happen. Our students, you guys go to the university. I come to my school every day in order to know the world, in order to think about the world, in order to use all my abilities as a human being, my critical thinking abilities, all my questions abilities, my inquire, in order to understand how am I going to learn something to transform, to change the world where I am living. At the very beginning, everything that happens in a classroom is remembering. And I want you to think of this. When you are teaching your kids, at the very beginning, we are negotiating vocabulary, right? Learning the vocabulary, and then we start understanding what that concept is, what a cell is, what is the function of the cell is. And then through lots of interesting, well-planned, cognitive, strong exercises, we start applying that information into different situations. And for that, I, as a student, analyze what kind of information do I need, how to use it, and how to solve a problem. So again, I'm going to be strong on this. CLIL is not just because. CLIL needs an intentional design that has pedagogical elements, didactic selection, and that poses cognition at the center. It's not just to talk about science in English. It's not about that. It's talking, saying, using science, but in English or in the language we are using as a mediation. Think of that, please. Maybe at the end of this conversation, we're going to open some space for some questions. Well, next, please. And here, next slide. Here, I want you to focus on the way our learners learn, because we have been talking about how the teacher is considering CLIL, how the teacher is planning CLIL, but hey, what is happening with the students? Well, I need my students to become active learners in the classroom. And for that, I want you to go and study what metacognition is. And it's how how am I learning, and how am I guiding my students to learn? Why? Because CLIL is posing a difficulty. English content. Well, what am I going to do with that as a student? I need to plan. How am I learning? I need to organize how I am learning that. And when I am facing a difficult situation, I need to compensate. And when I'm talking about compensation, it's like I need to know, what do I need to know with that information, and how I am organizing my activities to develop that, right? Imagine how stressing it is for a student that is studying CLIL through CLIL, that is not very confident about the area science, and it's not very strong in the language. That person is not going to be developing learning, it's not going to be transforming information into knowledge, because that student doesn't know how to use the material to study. So I need, as a teacher, to give at the same time that I am developing CLIL strategies for my students to learn and to know how to act when something is happening. If I focus on metacognition, my students and me as a teacher are going to be feeling confident and are going to be making meaning in the classrooms. It's not just a fun class, it's a very strong, fun and cognitive class, but I am making meaning. And since I am making meaning, I know how to talk about that, and I know how to solve situations with that. Okay, we need, as you were doing before with Professor Alvaro, we need active routines, thinking routines in our classrooms where students move, but at the same time connect with the brain and with the different possibilities they have to learn. Okay, so this metacognition is related to pedagogical decisions that need to be situated, dialogic in the class, so our students are making meaning and they know what is happening during the process. It's really important that my students understand that they are active in the classroom. But again, it's not just about physical movement. It's about physical movement, cognitive movement, and agency. How am I approaching the topics? How am I approaching the tasks that we are developing, and how am I learning? Remember that if you have questions at the end, we're going to open the mic, I hope. Well, please, let's go to the next slide. CLIL in action is a learning trajectory. So it is not something that Eureka, or it's something that happens just because. It is something that has to be pedagogically and perfectly planned. And it has to have, let me say, a moment of an initial process of learning, then a moment of analysis, and then a moment of closing. And I'm going to go deeper in this slide. So I need to move my students from simply recalling, or no, previous, please, thank you. From simply recalling or having fragments of the information and the topic we are developing, into understanding deeply that topic, analyzing that topic, and making connections with that topic that allows them to solve any learning situation inside the classroom or outside the classroom. That is fundamental. So I need to move my student from simple use of information to deeper thinking that enhances problem solving and problem abilities, critical thinking, working with the others, thinking of the best solution based on ethical elements. And we need to talk about real elements, right, in the language with clarity. So one of the difficulties of CLIL, again, is that we think it's just about the language. The language is a mediator. What we need to understand is that our students are learning a topic that is crucial for their academic life, for their social life, and they need to know about that, and they need to know how to use it. Here, you're seeing an example of something that I was reading. It's a degree exercise, a proyecto de grado, where they were analyzing through a year, how these teachers were using CLIL. And the topic that they were analyzing was like, or they were studying, were the plants and how the plants were connected to the life of the students. So at the very beginning of the lessons, they started just naming the plants, okay? Negotiating meaning, understanding what a plant is. But then through all the scaffolded activities that the teacher planned based on the dialogue with the community, the students, they ended up analyzing how the plants grow, right? They were analyzing the elements that plants needed to grow. And they were analyzing also the context outside. What is that a plant needs to grow? More water, less water, soil, illumination, and the lighting. So they went into deeper understanding of science to talk about the plants. And at the end, they were, at the end of the set of lessons, they were able to explain how plants grew, how plants interacted with different systems, and how plants interacted with second graders. Here, language functioned as a cognitive tool, not just about improving the pronunciation or not just about teaching in English. I don't know if I am clear, dear students and dear audience, about how important CLIL is and how important it is to have this connection between the intentionality of my topic, what I want my students to reach, and how am I scaffolding all the elements that take them into learning. Thank you. Next. And next, please. Can I move? Thank you. And this, which is a complex exercise, it's going to take our students to deep learning. And I know you're thinking about in artificial intelligence. This is a little bit older than that. And I'm going to quote Perkins by Proyecto Cero in Harvard University. And it's like, I want my students to develop the ability to think and act flexibly with what they know. So if they are observing a plant and they know that a plant needs certain light, certain type of soil, certain type of movement and things, and my plant is not growing, well, I have a theory here. How am I going to save my plant using the theory properly? That is very important. So my students need to know and need to go from simple information to understanding of that in order to think with the knowledge. And when I am thinking with the knowledge, my actions become flexible and I can transfer what I know from the school into real scenarios with real people. Thank you. Next. Well, all this amazing thing needs amazing teachers. And CLIL, it's going to make us feel sometimes stress. And I would like to think of positive stress. For me, positive stress is the one that makes me think about what I need to do for my students to learn. I was stressed this morning about this conversation with you. But I didn't run away. So it's like, we need to understand that as teachers, we are going to be developing CLIL in our classrooms, and this is going to be time demanding. And when I'm talking about time demanding, I want you to think of, how am I planning my classes? It's just about the content? It's just about the language? Am I considering cognitive abilities? Am I considering interaction? Am I considering the real needs and the age of my students, right? Am I scaffolding? Am I giving them something that is simple at the beginning, but through the time moves into more complex, not difficult, but more complex and challenging processes, right? And am I talking to my colleagues, or I'm just planning to myself? And I'm doing something, they are doing something, and at the beginning everything works, but at the end students are not learning, parents are complaining, and I am feeling overwhelmed. Well, here teachers need to work on structural challenges, but those structural challenges belong to the institution. And here is another invitation. For example, this event, we need to get involved into professional development. We need to continue studying. We need to talk to other teachers inside the classroom and outside the classroom in order to understand what is happening in my class, how am I going to make that better for the sake of learning and for the sake of critical thinking. And regarding the school, my school, your school, all the schools, I'm conjugating that, need to understand that as a school, I need to give you clarities about what you need to do, and we need to give you pedagogical, didactical instructions, education that helps you to move into first deep learning of CLIL, right? And second, deep learning of the subjects that you are developing through CLIL, and then how that is happening, how is that happening in our classroom. So whatever is happening in your classroom must be talked about through colleagues in community of practices inside and outside, with the students because they are active and dynamic, and also outside because whatever is happening in our classrooms is going to affect, hopefully positive the students' future, let's say, responses to life. So teachers, we need you to demand in your schools planning time, clear assessment criteria, and the possibility of reducing our cognitive overload. Why? Because a positive, motivated, well-prepared teacher that belongs to a community of practice is going to have an amazing CLIL exercise. Next, please. And this is moving to the very important aspect that is assessment. Assessment in CLIL and in any other way of teaching has to be determined at the very beginning of the unit. What am I expecting my students to do? What am I expecting my students to learn? How they are going to show me that. So it's not that at the end I have to quiz you, or at the end I am thinking of a project. No. Well, while I am planning my CLIL activities or my classes, I am thinking of how my students are going to show that they were learning the content and that they were transforming that from information to knowledge. In what kind of language they are going to use to show the community, that classroom community, that they are learning, right? So the first thing is, what am I expecting from them? How they are going to be sharing that with me, and what are the formative and summative elements of assessment that I am going to be using. And here, please, dual assessment. They need to know about the content, profound content, and they need to use that content in English according to their level, right? With proper use of the language. This is very important because here we have two essential elements. It's not just about English. It's not just about science. It's how I am talking about science through English. And everybody has to understand. And the knowledge has to be accurate through the topical specificity of the content. Thank you. Next. And It's not just about classroom choice. CLIL is about an institutional responsibility. If my school is asking me to use CLIL, my school has to lead me through CLIL, right? Because CLIL is a collective pedagogical decision. It's not just fashion, it's not just trend. No, it is putting together all the pedagogical, didactical content, knowledge, elements that I need for my students to learn what they need to learn, right? So, as a community of practice, hopefully, my school, my teachers, my colleagues, we need to get together to talk about planning, to talk about the evaluation, to talk about the objectives that we want to accompany the students with. We need to understand that this is part of the culture, that is not just in a class, and it's not just because we want to be bilingual. It's because we want our school to talk about other topics profoundly, correctly, in a different language, right? And it is not just an isolated lesson. So, an invitation: when you are teaching in any school, you need to create a community of practice where you plan together, when you share the common language framework, when you're learning about what you are teaching and how to teach it better for the sake of learning. And you need to demand a pedagogical learning leadership from the institution, right? So we need to start making a teacher's transformation for the students to develop a transformation in terms of learning. Next, please. Well, English is not the point. English is an excuse. Thinking is the point. Learning is the point. It's not just showing amazing activities that are just beautiful, but they are not helping my students to learn. CLIL matters when language serves cognition. Remember, from just naming into transferring that information to create new solutions or to solve a problem. Understanding, connecting to life. How am I using this information, all these amazing things that I learned in my classroom, with my elements of learning and abilities to understand life and to communicate either in English or in Spanish, right? So when I want to read this, when cognition serves understanding, deep thinking, deep learning, and understanding connects to life, right? Bilingualism becomes lived and learning all the time in our classroom, and it's not just a promise for the parents or for the society. It's something that is happening, that is transforming our classrooms, and that is teaching our teachers how to continue, and that is teaching our students that deep learning and negotiation in the classroom is fundamental. Thank you for listening to me. Next, please. These are next slide. These are some of the references that I use for this presentation. And next, and next slide, please. And here in the next slide, you're going to find my my email. Right now I'm currently at Colegio Campestre Horizontes, where we believe that CLIL goes beyond. Thank you for your attention. I'm online now, in live.
Okay, question is for the teacher Claudia. You get questions about this presentation that was about CLIL. So here, the teacher Wolfgang.
Good morning, Claudia, Mrs. Uribe.
Who is talking to me?
My name is Wolfgang Schellenbach, and I
Okay.
have a question for you, and it has to do with the content you use for the language integrated. What type of content do you recommend us teachers to use for our class?
When you talk about content, you are talking about material, or are you talking about curricular design, or both?
No, content as in topics.
Okay, well, here at Colegio Campestre Horizontes, what we have done is that we have been working with different people helping us. So often what we do is that in our CLIL classes, for example, science, right? What we have done is designed a malla curricular for science, right? And we have been selecting based on Ministerio de Educación, but also based on some other curricular elements, and we have chosen the content for the classes, right? So I'm not going to tell you right now what the specific content is, but for example, in 7th grade, sometime I remember a project we have, it was about observing the different animals that live here at Colegio Campestre Horizontes with us, and based on deep thinking, because we use enseñanza para la comprensión or teaching for understanding, we develop a lesson based on that, and we were mixing the topics of science and they were served through English. That's why it's kind of difficult for me to answer to you what specific content we are selecting, because we are always like tailoring the material for the needs of our students and for the sake of what we believe deep learning is. I don't know if I answer your question or if I started answering.
You have. Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
For your intervention, and it was very insightful. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here in Rio Negro. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'm going to be listening to all of you through YouTube or through Facebook, because I think these are very important events for the communities of teachers, not only in Colombia, but in Latin America or wherever we can go. Thank you.
Very good. Okay, other question? Other question for the teacher, Claudia? No? It's okay. Here, other question maybe? No? It's okay.
Okay.
You're in psychology? Good? No? Yeah. Questions? One question for the teacher? No? It's okay?
No problem.
No, teacher, no questions.
Okay.
Teacher,
Thank you.
thank you so much, teacher. Okay, thanks for your presentation. It was really good. Thank you.
Teacher Claudia, you can see your certificate of participation on the screen, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for Teacher Claudia. Okay, thank you very much for Teacher Claudia for that insightful and enrichment presentation. Let's give another round of applause to our speaker, please.
En pantalla podemos ver el certificado de participación de la profe Claudia, como ya le dijimos en inglés a ella. Entonces, muchas gracias.
Okay, we now continue with international speaker Wolfgang Schellenbach, who will present Engaging Minds, Teaching English Creatively.
Continuamos con nuestro ponente internacional Wolfgang Schellenbach, quien presenta Engaging Minds, Teaching English Creatively.
Okay, Wolfgang holds a bachelor's degree in arts from the State University of New York and postgraduate degree in English teaching from Hunter College. He is an English teaching specialist with an international TFL certification, with over 16 years of experience. He has worked with children, adolescents, and adults leading educational process focuses on active learning. His approach emphasizes participation, creativity, and experimental learning in the classroom.
Wolfgang es licenciado en artes por la State University of New York y cuenta con estudios de posgrado de enseñanza del inglés en Hunter College. Es especialista en la enseñanza del idioma inglés y posee certificación internacional TEFL. Cuenta con más de 16 años de experiencia trabajando con niños, jóvenes y adultos, liderando procesos educativos centrados en el aprendizaje activo. Su enfoque promueve la participación, la creatividad y el aprendizaje experiencial en el aula.
Please join me in welcome with him. One round of applause, please.
Por favor, acompañémoslo con un fuerte aplauso.
Okay, good afternoon. Is it the afternoon? It's still the morning? Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. I am honored and grateful for the opportunity to be here today, especially with the guests of the symposium, the faculty members of Fundes University, with your director, Roberto Guzman. And thank you, Álvaro, for the invitation. It's also an honor to be here with Claudia Uribe and Carolina Briñez, who just left. And of course, with all of you, the students here. It's an honor to be here, and we hope that you can pass the torch of knowledge on to the future generations. This is your calling, to pass on your knowledge of English to the future generations. My name is Wolfgang Schellenbach. I am a strange being. My dad's German, my mom's Colombian, and I was born in New York. And growing up, I had the opportunity to be part of different educational systems. As a child in elementary school, I studied in Bogota, some years in elementary school. I went back to New York, studied 3rd and 4th grade, returned to Bogota. I went to military school. I was an intern in a military school in 4th grade. Then I returned back to the United States. So I was always exposed to different methods of teaching and learning as a child. I was exposed to these different cultures. And for high school, I finished high school in Bogota in an Ivy League school, Colegio Abraham Lincoln in Bogota. It's a bilingual school. And then I returned to the United States for college. My dream was to become a rock star. Well, it's still my dream. And so I went to college for music in the jazz performance faculty, in the jazz performance area. I was there for 2 years, and then I dropped out, meaning I quit. And then I returned the next year as a drama studies student. Drama meaning theater. So I was there for 4 more years in school to become a director and producer of drama studies. And to make things short, I returned to Colombia in 2008. And one day, I'm sitting in my cafe. I have a cafe. And I'm playing my guitar and singing. And a teacher comes up to me and says, "Would you like to be part of our bilingual team in our school. And I said, well, I don't know. I've never taught before. It's like it would be like a really new experience for me. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And I accepted the challenge. And I went to the school. I became part of the teacher team there. And I was fired. Just when I realized that I had something to offer the students in the school, I was fired. You understand fired, no? How do you say fired in Spanish? Despedido. No que me prendieron fuego, no. I was fired. Me quemaron, no, tampoco. Fired. Despedido. I was fired when I realized that I had something to offer. So what did I do? I went back to school and I trained to become a teacher. So I'm a teacher in English for foreign language, English as a foreign language, TEFL. And after about a year and a half, they hired me again. They hired me again at the school, but this time they paid me 3 times what they were paying me before. My other teachers weren't very happy about that because I only worked part-time and they worked full-time. So the recommendation is keep studying. It's important. It's really important to get the theory down. But I'm going to change the whole presentation because how do we go from theory into engaging with students' minds? How do you say engaging in Spanish? Atraer? How do you say engaging in Spanish? Well, let's use a more traditional, let's use the more, well, I wasn't ready for that one yet, but it's okay. Engaging is comprometer. I'm engaged with, estoy comprometido con. How do we engage with students so that they're not in class just listening and doing their work because they have to do their work? How do we engage with students so they want to do their work? That they feel that it's necessary to do their work. What does this make you think? What does this picture make you think? Can you read it for me over there, everybody?
Everybody has to take the same test. Please climb the tree.
Please climb the tree. Is this a fair test? ¿Es esta una evaluación justa? Todos tienen que pasar, todos tienen que desarrollar la misma evaluación. Por favor, trepen el árbol. Vamos a volver a ese tema. We'll come back to this. I'm going to need your help, actually, because I have 24 slides. I think there are more. So we're just going to go over the slides really quick, and you're going to help me with them. Because basically what I did is I wrote down everything you need to learn, everything you're studying for in 4 years for a 45-minute presentation. So next slide, please. Okay, language teaching methodologies. Well, we have the modern teaching, the modern and the popular, the traditional structure methodologies, and specialized innovative approaches. Next slide. Modern and popular methodologies, communicative language teaching, which I like to use the most, because why do we learn a new language? Why do we learn a new language? To communicate. We learn a new language to communicate. So what sense is it if you can read, you can write, you can listen, but you can't talk? So everything I do in my classroom is related to communicating, to having important exchanges with people using the language from a basic level to a more advanced level. All right, task-based language teaching, total physical response, content in language integrated learning, and the lexical approach. Okay, so to make it short, I use everything in my classroom. I use everything in one class. It's all integrated. Somehow I get it done. In response to content and language integrated learning for English teaching as an English subject, not like science or math or biology or social studies, for English teaching, I use holidays. Do you know any holidays? Oh, wait. Do you think it is important to learn English culture, English or American culture with learning English? Do we need to learn English culture and English like simultaneous? Do you think that is important? Carolina says it is. She's a teacher. And you will be future teachers. And it's absolutely important to know about the culture you are teaching. If I am from whatever, I'm from the United States, and I come here to Colombia and you're going to teach me Spanish, are you going to teach me Colombian culture or are you going to teach me Argentinian culture? Are you going to teach me your culture? Yeah? What's the best food in El Tolima? Tamal, lechona, okay. That's a culture exchange right there. So back to the question, what type of content do I use and do I recommend English teachers to use to teach English? Are our holidays. Our holidays. You know why? Because we teach, well, I never taught in the United States, but as a student, I remember learning about the holidays, all of the holidays in the United States. The same way we celebrate the holidays here in Colombia, there's only one difference. You know what the difference is? And please excuse me, I don't mean to be a snob. But in the United States, we know why we have a 3-day weekend. In the United States, we know why we have a 3-day weekend and we know what we're celebrating. In Colombia, we ask, ¿por qué estamos? ¿Y por qué es puente? No sé, es puente. Vámonos de paseo. ¿Y por qué estamos celebrando? No sé. Pero hay 13 en el año, 14. But we don't know our holidays. I think most of the Colombian holidays, 3-day weekends, are religious holidays. And you guys are in a religious school and university, so you should know that. Going back to what I teach in the classroom for English as content for English learning are the holidays. Which is the first holiday in January or important date that we celebrate in the United States? Any idea? Martin Luther King Jr. Do you know Martin Luther King Jr.? Does anybody here know Martin Luther King Jr.? Why he's important? Homework, write it down. The next holiday, what's the next holiday? In February, that's easy. Valentine's Day. All right, Valentine's Day. Can we go back? Can we go to the last number 20? Let's skip all of this. This is what you're studying. This is all important. All right, more. Keep going. This is number 16. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Right there. Valentine's Day. All right, so I teach, look, this works for children, for teenagers, and adults, if they're at a basic level, okay? Here we have Valentine's Day vocabulary. What do you think the first Does anybody have a laser or something? Yeah, really? Thank you. So we use this at the very basic level, but I do this with all the holidays. St. Patrick's Day, President's Day, Lincoln Day, 4th of July, Mardi Gras, Easter, all the holidays that you can think of, I have this type of material. And the next slide has some of it too. What's the first one? What's this? Okay, couple, but I don't see couple here. Remember, it's a basic. What is this? What are they doing? ¿Qué están haciendo? Kissing. All right, so kiss. Who's this guy? Cupid. And what are these? Flowers. And what's this? A hug. A hug. All right. So for the next level, even though this material is for children from, I usually like children from 2nd grade on, not 1st grade, because 1st grade they're still learning how to write, and I stress writing. You need to know how to write. You can't make a C as an E, a G as a whatever. There's a lot of writing. So if you guys are going to be English teachers, your writing needs to be on key. And after that, we do the describing an object. Who can describe this first object? What is it? A ring. Anillo, yes, anillo. Describe a ring. What is the first most basic structure? The verb to be, right? Entonces, it is a ring. All right. What else? It is round, somebody said. It has, okay, it is made of gold. And what about this? What is it? It has a diamond. It is round. You use it to decorate your fingers. All right. This is the vocabulary we need, in my opinion, that we need to teach for students to engage, comprometerse con la clase. All right? To learn to describe these objects is important because we're always talking in life about describing things. Next slide, please. All right. We do this with the second, fourth, from 2nd grade on. We do this. Even if I have to help them. For the teenage students, they need to read it and understand. Then we have My Funny Valentine. Anybody knows what My Funny Valentine is? Come on, you guys are going to be English teachers. What is My Funny Valentine? What is this? You should all know. This is a Frank Sinatra song. Who's Frank Sinatra? Homework. My Funny Valentine, Frank Sinatra. It's a beautiful song. Sorry, it's not reggaeton. It's not rock. It's classics. And the pronunciation in the song is very clear. So this is a clause, right? You know what a clause text is? Meaning it has spaces and you need to fill between. All right, next slide. As we move on, remember Ms. Uribe was talking about scaffolding, making the material more difficult each time. Well, this is another level. So there we have a reading. And I mean, you can go over words, but this is the thing with reading. You don't need to understand every word. You don't need to understand every word. You need to understand the context. Right? And then we have some phrase match exercises. spelling. Then we have scrambled sentences. Next slide, please. Then we have an even more difficult one. This should be like an B1 level. So this is some of the material I use. So I have one of these for every month, for every holiday. And we learn about these different important historical events and biographies sometimes also. So the recommendation as far as content is to use English culture or American culture to work on it. All right? Now let's go back to like slide number 6. I think it says teen strategies. I think it's after that. Young learners. Next one, please. Young learners. Okay, young learners. Total physical response, game-based, interactive storytelling, singing approach. If you want the children, if you're going to be teachers, I think your first teaching job is probably going to be with the little ones. First grade, second grade. How are you going to make it interesting for them to engage? How do you say engage in Spanish? O comprometerse. ¿Cómo vamos a comprometer a nuestros niños de primero y segundo a aprender inglés? ¿Cómo lo vamos a hacer interesante? All right, next slide. Young learners. Establish routines, use visual aid, focus on vocabulary over grammar. Vocabulary over grammar. I teach A1, A2, and I rarely teach grammar. I rarely teach grammar. And I'm going to show you some videos where my students are talking. So vocabulary is key. Short, varied activities and positive reinforcement. So listen, I don't want to make this too boring, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to simulate one of my lessons. Something I do every day, because the first thing I do is establish a routine. Every class, every level. All right? For example, Friday. Today is Friday. My first class is at 3. My second class is at 4:30. My next class is at 6:30. And the last class starts at 8. So I have 4 classes, 4 different levels, a lot of students. And this is what we do. We're going to do it with you. But first, I'm going to need some volunteers. So pay attention to this. Our first 2 volunteers. So this means it's 1 boy and 1 girl. 1 boy, 1 girl. Pay attention to the criteria, el criterio. The first one, I need a boy who has a design on his hair, on his head. A design. Un diseño, a design on his hair. Vi varios por acá. Please come to the front. Yes, you with the glasses. Yeah, you. Yeah, you have a design over here on your head, right? ¿Tiene un diseño acá? ¿Sí o no? I don't know. ¿Tiene un diseño en el corte de cabello usted acá? ¿Quién tiene un corte de diseño? ¿Usted no? ¿No fue usted? ¿Quién? ¿Quién es el que lo tiene? ¿Dónde lo vi? Por ahí está. ¿Pero qué? ¿Pero ese diseño cuál es? No, yo vi a alguien que tenía como unas figuras. Wait. No, pero yo vi un muchacho con unas figuras. ¿Sí tiene? Ah, yes, come here. You're the one. Okay, we have our first volunteer. A round of applause for him, please. Yeah. Welcome to my class. You're going to have fun. Our girl, we need a girl who has dyed hair. Dyed hair. How do you say dyed? No, dry, no. Seco, no. Bueno, la que tenga el pelo seco, venga para acá. No. No es de estilismo. Dye, o sea, teñido, tinturado. Okay, I see one right over here with the red hair. Come on up. You're the one. Come on. Don't be shy. All right, next criteria. I need a boy with black sneakers or black shoes. Come on. It's going to be fun. A boy and a girl. A boy and a girl with black shoes or black sneakers. Oh my God. Do I have to come looking for you? Come on. Let's do it. What about the girl? The girl. Black shoes. Right over here. What color are your shoes? Oh, white. Okay, yeah, come on. That's you. Great. Black sneakers. Come on up. It's 10 people. All right. I need a boy and a girl with a green uniform. Green polo shirt. Yeah, you come on. A boy and a girl. Come on. Let's do it. A boy and a girl. Wait. Boy with the green, you over there with the glasses. Yes, green. I need a boy and a girl with the white uniforms. White uniforms. This guy right here, number 6. Right here, right, number 6. Yeah, you. Yeah. You. Come on up. Come on. And we need a girl with a white shirt. A girl. Yeah, it could be her. Come on up. And we need another boy, a boy and a girl with glasses. A boy and a girl with glasses. All right. This is our group. And I'm going to show you what I do every class with every student, with every group, every day. No, that's it. 10 people, right? All right. So let's make a circle. Let's make a circle, please. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Boy, girl, boy, girl. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What are you, girl? Another girl? You're okay. All right. Boy, girl, boy, girl. All right. This is what I do every class until they get it straight. From 6, 7 years old on. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How are you? Rápido. I'm fine, thank you. No. Good is not good for me. It's I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. All right, let's move on. Our Father, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Los escucho. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. This is a Catholic university, isn't it? You don't know? Well, you need to learn it. All right. Okay, good. Let's move on. We also do the Pledge of Allegiance. ¿Se han escuchado? En Colombia se saben la alianza, la bandera? No? When in the United States, we do the Pledge of Allegiance in school every day. Y dice así: I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I think Ms. Sandoval knows this because she was my student. She more or less, exactly, more or less. Thank you. I don't like so-so. So-so is strange for me. All right. All right, good. So then we move on. We move on. What is your name? My name is
Jessica.
My name is Jessica.
My name is Jessica.
Her name is Jessica. My name is Mr. Schellenbach. Repórtele a ella. His name is.
Her name is Jessica. His name. His name is Jessica.
His name.
His name is Mr. Schellenbach. My name is Fernando.
His name is Tito. And my name is Tatiana.
His name is, her name is Tatiana. My name is Anwar.
His name is Anwar. My name is Xiomara.
Her name is Yomara. My name is Juan.
His name is Juan Diego. My name is Arita.
Sarita? Okay. Her name is Sarita, and can I change the formula? Okay. I'm Luis Felipe.
His name Felipe. My name is Valentina.
Her name is Valentina. My name is Michael.
Her name is Michael. Her name is Michael. My name is Jessica.
Okay. This is at a basic level. ¿Qué creen ustedes que es el siguiente paso? Digamos solo que tiene que ver con el nombre. Entonces, podría ser last name. What is your mother's name? What is your father's name? Y reporten. Her mother's name is Marta. My father's name. Y así, lo mismo. Esas son rutinas, okay? We do this all the time. Otra cosa. Spelling. Her name is Jessica. All right. Le toca la más difícil. My name is Wolfgang. Wolfgang. Okay. Bueno, listen. De ahí nació, pay attention. Listen up. De ahí nació la idea de por qué tenemos que saber deletrear. If you can't spell, you're in trouble as a teacher. As an English teacher, you need to spell perfectly. Your name, last name, colors, months. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Another thing we do all the time. Months of the year. January. Yeah, Colombia. January, February, April, May, June, August, September, oh my God. November, December, no, otra vez. January, February, July, October.
November.
December. How do you say estos son los meses del año in English? These are the months of the year. And we clap. Days of the week. Monday. Wednesday. Thursday. Friday. Thursday. Friday. Sunday. How do you say estos son los días de la semana? These are the days of the week. What's the next level? ¿Cuál es el siguiente paso? En scaffolding, con el mismo tema. Entonces digo, Monday, M-O-N-D-A-Y. February. Estamos en days of the week. Bueno, mire, la primera clase, listen, the first class is always like this. The first class is always like this. The second class is a little better. The third, fourth, fifth class, we do it perfectly. Everybody comes prepared for the class. All right? Then we do numbers. Do you know? No. In the scaffolding, how do we do the same activity different? With more complex. Vamos a hacer los días de la semana al revés. Sunday. Thursday. Wednesday. Tuesday. Monday. Sunday. Thursday. Wednesday. These are the days of the week. ¿Qué nos está haciendo esto? Nos está obligando a qué? ¿Pensar en qué? En inglés. ¿Se están comprometiendo con el ejercicio? Sí, yes, because everybody's participating simultaneously. All right. After that, we do numbers. Numbers. Yeah, numbers. Let's count. ¿Sí saben los números? Really? ¿Seguro? Okay. 3 by 3. 3 by 3. Ustedes son teachers, van a ser teachers, están estudiando, son universitarios. 3 by 3. ¿Listo? Pay attention. 3 by 3. Aquí los estoy poniendo a prueba porque, ojo, si tienen falencias, aquí nos vamos a dar cuenta. All right. Ya están haciendo muchas cuentas, pero no va a ser así. Pay attention. 3 by 3. 104.
104?
Yeah, rápido.
107.
107. Duro. 110. 113. 100.
15?
19.
119.
21.
100.
21.
Pero dígalo completo.
Ay. 21.
121.
What should I do?
3 by 3.
121.
100.
24.
124.
127.
130.
20.
133. 133. Ok, los números. La primera clase es así. Bueno, empezamos con 1, ¿no? Pero ustedes son nivel avanzado, creo yo, ¿no? You should practice. The recommendation is maybe you can simulate these type of exercises. After that, we do a personal introduction. This is the personal introduction every student does. Alejandra, come here. Yo creo que eso no se olvida. Ella fue mi estudiante hace ¿cuántos años? ¿Hace cuántos años? 20 years ago. 20 years ago, yes. Hace 20 años. I don't think so, porque yo hasta ahora llevo 16 años enseñando. All right, so I say it this way. Is it still the morning? Ya casi afternoon. Entonces, good afternoon. My name is Mr. Schellenbach. I am 52 years old. Hey, stop moving. I am 52 years old. My date of birth is August 2nd, 1973. I am from New York. I'm an English teacher. I work in ESL school. I am a teacher, right? I work in ESL school. I like to listen to music and play the guitar in my free time. I don't like to wake up early and clean the house. I want to become a rock star in the future.
Good afternoon. My name is Alejandra Sandoval. I am 26 years old. I am a student Bachelor of English in the FUNDES. I am working police officer. I like listen music, and my favorite food is pasta, spaghetti. In the future, I want the best teacher and no more.
Okay, very good, very good, very good. All right, please. No, ya se quedó acá. No, come here, ya se quedó acá. Boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. Okay. Engaging, comprometiendo a los estudiantes en actividades total, ¿cómo se dice? TBL. ¿Cómo es? ¿Qué es eso? Tax, oiga, ya me van a cobrar impuestos. Okay, now pay attention. Hey, don't touch. Así soy yo en clase. Come on, let's make a circle. Move. Come on. All right. Okay. Vamos a apagar esto un momentico. Pay attention. I studied in a military school. Entonces hay correctivos. Eso es como los niños, es un juego, es algo simbólico. El que se equivoque, fine. We need a microphone. Ok. Esta es la parte de la clase donde comprometemos a los estudiantes al comienzo de la clase. Estas actividades, these activities can take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. All right? And guess what? After the 30 minutes, the students are ready to sit down and think and write and read. So thank you very much for participating. Please sit down. I'll give this out in a little while. All right, that's an example of what I do. I don't know where I am. Listen, part of being a teacher is to be able to have the ability to improvise. And why is it important to improvise? Alejandra had an important question for my peer Álvaro, and it had to do with what? Your question for Álvaro. Of what? I can't hear you.
What do you think about Russian theory of the affective filter?
Of the affective. All right. This has to do with people's attitude when they are in class. In my opinion, this is my take. You're not always happy to be in class. Sometimes you're sick. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're hot. Maybe you had a bad day. And when I do these activities, I read my students. I see how they feel. And sometimes I need to change the lesson plan. We were going to do one thing. I had one thing that was planned. I'll do a different thing associated with it. I'll do something that's fun or something that has to do with listening or something like that. I had some questions here because I changed everything. I was going to do a presentation for teachers that at a different level, but you guys are students and you guys are the future. So I think it's important to show you some of the things that work for me. All my students can communicate. All my students can spell. They can spell the days of the week, the months of the year. They can spell their name, their last name, their dog's name. We have spelling bees. Do you have a spelling bee here in the university? A spelling bee. ¿Quién sabe qué es un spelling bee? Un concurso de letreo. Very important porque nos obliga a pensar de manera abstracta las palabras. It's key. In the United States, in the English-speaking countries, this is what we do. Okay, question. What are the 4 basic strategies to learn or to teach English? The 4 basic strategies you need to learn and learn to teach. Las 4 estrategias para la enseñanza o el aprendizaje del inglés. ¿Cuáles son? Very basic. Listening, speaking, writing, and reading. Those are the 4 basic strategies we need to focus on all the time. The abilities to read with flow, to recognize words, and that type of thing. I'm going to finish with a couple of things. Can you go to the yellow? Forget all of this. Esto no significa nada, esa teoría, si no podemos tener clases interesantes que comprometan a los estudiantes a querer aprender, a querer ir a su clase, a querer participar, a que en vez de que le digan a los papás, ay no, qué pereza ir, digan, ya es hora de ir a la clase de inglés. And I know I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. I have many errors. Sometimes I have a bad day. Really bad day. But I need to leave that to the side and teach my class. The children, it's not the children's fault. It's not the teenagers' fault. It's my problem, so I have to deal with it. Keep going. To the yellow pages. Al final, lo último, the last. Bueno, es mucha información. Ok. Pero no se alcanza a ver. Okay, writing. This writing, this over here is from a 11-year-old, and that over there is from a 22-year-old. Y lástima que no se haga más claro. No se puede hacer un poquito más claro de pronto. This is what the 11-year-old wrote. What did you do on Easter weekend? How do you say Easter in Spanish? Pascua. Dice, on Saturday in the morning, I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I took a shower and then I have breakfast. Yo preferiría ate breakfast. On Saturday in the afternoon, I clean the house. And then I have lunch. After that, I watch TV and then I do my homework on Saturday at night. Pero fíjese que la pregunta es, what did? O sea que todos los verbos deben estar en el pasado. ¿Qué escribió la de los 22 años? What did you do? What did you do Easter weekend? On Saturday in the morning, I brushed my teeth and then I take a shower, then breakfast, and stay in the bedroom. On Saturday in the afternoon, I lunch and then I watch TV all day. On Saturday at night, I take a shower and hasta llegó. Prácticamente 10 minutes para hacer esto. 10 minutes. ¿Cómo agilizamos este proceso que sea 10 minutes para escribir Saturday and Sunday? Next slide, please. Siguiente, next slide, please. All right. Las estrategias para la corrección de escritura. No sé si eso lo enseñan, pero it's important. Vea, la nota, lástima que no se alcanza a ver bien. Pero hay unos símbolos que se utilizan que no me los inventé yo, ¿no? Hay unos símbolos que se utilizan para la corrección de writing, que es un estándar. No me lo inventé yo. Por ejemplo, el puntico así, o cuando no pone el punto. Cuando le hace falta una letra. La minúscula. Por hecho, todo eso tiene su... Lástima que no se alcanza a ver. Can we go to the next slide? Bueno, aquí sí se ve un poquito mejor. Ok. Public calamity. This is a 12-year-old. Esto lo escribió alguien de 12 años. ¿Y qué dice? I like salsa. Dice public calamity. Public calamity. Porque en Melgar we had a, how do you say, inundación? A flood. F-L-O-O-D, flood. Entonces dice public calamity. Yesterday in the morning, a heavy rainfall makes the river overpass the morning. Mejor dicho, está para leerlo, pero lástima que no se vea más claro. Pero esto lo escribió 12-year-old. Bueno, lleva conmigo 2 años. Next slide. Lástima que no, I'm sorry I didn't bring Sarai's work. Sarai Parra is like probably the best student I have. She studied with me for 4 years, dropped out, she left for 2 years, and returned this year again. And here it says, I am writing to ask you about some additional information regarding the ECHO project you're doing with your students. ¿Son familiares con este tipo de actividad? Yes or no? Yes? No. Y ella responde sin haberle dicho nada porque ya se lo había aprendido, o sea, ya sabe cuál es la dinámica, cómo debe contestar. Entonces dice, Dear Mrs. Jean Heath, I am writing to give you additional information about the recycling project. O sea, ella ya lo volvió de Eco Project a recycling. Aquí tienen que escribir, o sea, tienen que responder 2 cosas. What is the part? ¿Por qué estás escribiendo? ¿Por qué estás contestando? Y está respondiendo 2 preguntas. We would like to know what would be our part of the project. Likewise, how much time we have in completing it. 2 questions. What is my part of the project and how much time do I have? Sarai writes, I'm writing to give you additional information about this recycling project. I appreciate your participation because it is important to have as many people as possible. Your part of the project is to collect about 1,000 plastic bottles. They can be big or small. You have until April 30th to complete your part. Please let me know if you have any other questions. Sincerely, Sarai Parra. She's ready. She's ready to take the Cambridge test for B2. Definitely ready. Okay? This is where you need to be too. Y por encima de eso. Okay? ¿Cómo llegamos allá? ¿Cómo llegamos nosotros como estudiantes de inglés a esos niveles? Porque yo los admiro a ustedes porque realmente les toca estudiar. A mí me quedó fácil porque estuve en una situación donde, digamos, entre comillas, nací bilingüe. Compartí ambas culturas y se me es más fácil. Pero ustedes tienen que dar la milla extra. You got to go the extra mile. Okay? And this is where we need to be at. The writing needs to be clear. Your teaching skills need to be clear so you can have success. Have a fun class, una clase divertida. Engage with students. And the most important, si quieres bájale, tranquilo, yo hago más duro. Bájale un poquito. And the most important is the results. Bueno, two important things. Devolvámonos a las palabras de cierre. Antes. Go back, please. I'm sorry. More. Ya, como 3 o 4 más. La siguiente. Hacia adelante. Prioritize student engagement. Strategic compliance versus engaged minds. ¿Qué quiere decir esto? O hacen las actividades porque les toca para pasar, o la están haciendo porque están comprometidos con las actividades. La que sigue, next. Prioritize student engagement. 3 actionable upgrades for future classrooms. From correcting to connecting. Yo le puedo marcar todo lo que está mal, pero si no conecto con lo que ellos te están tratando de decir y les ayudo a expresarlo mejor, a ellos no les va a importar. Van a pensar que no pueden hacerlo. Mystery hook. Bueno, en la clase hay que comenzar con algo interesting. Hay que romper el hielo. Todas las clases tienen que ser algo. No, please open the book to page 42. Today's class is about present continuous. The power of agency. O sea, esto tiene que ver, this has to do with the importance of students giving their opinions about, talking about them, hablando de ellos, expresando sus ideas. Los debates. No, es que hay mucha información para dar. Me disculpan si me he de pronto extendido un poco, pero es que es harto material. Cómo me gustaría poder participar más activamente en lo que hacen aquí, porque me parece muy importante pasar esa antorcha del conocimiento del inglés a las demás, a los jóvenes, y que realmente le cojan cariño y aprecio el inglés. And that's it. Thank you very much. At the end of the class, can we take a picture together? At the end of the symposium, sorry.
Guys, you have questions? More questions? Yes?
Thank you. Okay, questions. We're going to start right here. Okay.
Teacher, can you clarify if gamification is only for playing game?
Excuse me.
Can you clarify is gamification only for playing game?
Well, yeah, the word says it, games. What kind of games? I use table games. Now that I remember this, there's a really cool game for adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency. I always eat pizza. I sometimes ride a horse. I never eat ice cream. I like that. So what we have is a table game. We roll the dice. You count. Each square has an activity, not the words, the drawing. Está el dibujo, no la palabra. Entonces el dibujo, hay una pizza, pues ¿cuál será la pregunta? Entonces, how often do you eat pizza? How often do you eat pizza? May, how often do you eat pizza? I always eat pizza. I sometimes eat pizza.
Maybe, I don't know. Try rarely. Rarely.
Once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. Ok, dependiendo en lo que uno está enseñando, en el lenguaje objetivo, si solo estamos practicando always, usually, sometimes, rarely, and never, entonces debes estar gramaticalmente de acuerdo con cómo se usan esos adverbios de frecuencia. Entonces, gaming is fun. Entre más jueguen con los niños, especially the elementary school children, the better you are. Any other questions? Yes.
Hey, the question is, when is important to teach grammar in class and how?
Is it important?
Yes.
It depends. It depends on what level you're in. Like adults need, they need to study grammar. Adults, they feel that they need to know Why? Why does an S go in present simple? Why does it change from go to goes, do to does, have to has? Why? And you need to explain this grammar to them, right? So for adults and intermediate level students, yes, in my opinion, what works for me. I don't do it with second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, seventh grade. We study English. They see, they speak correctly, but we don't break it down. We don't break it down. When we break it down, they're like, oh, wow, that's why it works that way. It is important, but I don't focus my classes on grammar. I focus my classes on communication, communicative language teaching.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Actually, I have a video. Do you guys want to see a video of my students? Or are you tired and you want to? Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
Other question. What other strategies would you recommend as for teacher English?
What other strategies? Excuse me?
What other strategies will you recommend as for teacher English?
For teachers, for English teachers.
Yes.
I recommend all the strategies. I recommend all of them. It depends on who you're teaching and why you're teaching. If you're teaching adults who are doctors, well, you're not going to, teach them Valentine's Day, although they have fun. So what I like about my classes sometimes is that the students say, ¿Ya se acabó? ¿Tan rápido? And that's good because time flies. So use all the strategies. I mean, I have a list of them. I'm not like the memory guy who knows like all the strategies. It's all here. Look, we had it there. The most popular ones are communicative language teaching, which is what I love. Task-based language, right? Total physical response, content language integrated learning, and the lexical approach. I mean, these are all important. So you need to take those and somehow incorporate it in your lesson plan. Is that what you're asking? Yes.
Yes.
No.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
The last one.
Okay.
Okay,
What is the question? I'm sorry.
Good morning. My question is, how can a teacher create a positive learning environment for young learners?
How can a teacher
Create a positive learning environment for young learners.
how to create for learners? Well, you need to smile. You need to be kind. You need to be strict. You need to be strict, but you can't be too strict. Actually, I'll tell you a secret. My wife is my secretary in my classroom. I have a big space like this. I don't use it all, but I have a big space. And she's over there watching me and doing her secretarial work. And she calls me and she says, hey, take it easy. Nos vamos a quedar sin alumnos. Because I need to give results. I need them to know the alphabet. I need them to know the alphabet. Just that. The days of the week, the months of the year. I need them to really advance. Let's watch a video. All right, these are two students, and they were with me for 1 year, and they're having an improvised conversation. Están improvisando. Okay? For 1 minute. Entonces, I have a bell, una campanita, and I say lights, camera, action, and we start to record, y hasta que no suene el timbre, no se detienen. Entonces,
how do you do? I'm Laura. Nice to meet you. I am Nicole. Where are you from? I am from here. How old are you? I am 11 years old. What is your date of birth? Excuse me? What is your date of birth? How do you feel? I feel hot and happy.
Okay, ese es otro. It's okay. Okay, what is this? These are interviews. So there are 5 students or 10 students and 10 students or 5 and 5 y de lejos. Para que pronuncien duro. Podría ser anything. Can you ride a horse? No, tú tienes que decir. Can you ride a horse? What? Can you ride a horse? Oh my God. Can you ride a horse? Ride a horse, ride a horse. Can you ride a horse? Ni idea. Vamos a ver si los teachers si nos responden bien. Can you ride a horse? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. No, I can't. Y eso es lo que están escribiendo ellos ahí. Entonces, si ella me dice, yes, I can, ¿yo qué registro? She can. Y si es él, he can, he can't, y así. Entonces después, do you like to dance? Entonces, do you like to dance? Yes, I do. Do you like to dance? Okay, entonces, ¿qué registro yo? She does, and he does, she doesn't, y así sucesivamente. Entonces, uno va diseñando su propio currículum. Yo eso es lo que yo he hecho, diseñar. I design my own work. So this is why I can take from everywhere and design my own material. I should write a book for these activities. Si quieres pon otro video. How old are you? What is your date of birth?
My mom is short, pretty, and chubby. 3. My father is tall, handsome, and strong. 4. My cousin is short, young, and weak.
Stop.
5.
Dijo, my father is tall, strong, and handsome. Describing people physically. Describing people physically. So this class or this week was about describing people physically. ¿Cómo comenzamos? Y empezamos a scaffolding y a hacerlo cada vez más. Ellos se entrevistan y después tienen que reportar la información. And my classmate's name is Álvaro. He is short, handsome, and intelligent. No, but physical. Short, handsome, and he has a beard. Y así van reportando. Entonces, con micrófono y toda la vaina para que ellos se sientan que se escuche, porque hay personas que hablan así, entonces no se escucha bien. All right, any other questions? Yes, one more.
Hello, teacher. My question is, do you consider the communicate teaching approach the most common in this moment?
Do I think it's the most common? No,
Yeah.
I don't. It's not because the teachers don't apply it. Most teachers, I don't know your teachers. But your teachers are teaching you theory. The theory and they're teaching you about not the philosophy, but the psychological part of teaching. And what methodologies work and what are the theories of teaching and that. So it's kind of difficult because that's the theoretical part. But how do we turn the theory into a fun activity in the classroom? So is communicative language teaching the most popular? No, but it should be. It should be, because we need people to communicate fluently. And most of my activities are for communicating. Yes, we do reading. Yes, we do writing. We sing, we speak, communicate, we do listening. I wish communicative language teaching would be more focused on that. But we need to do all of the strategies. All right? Any other questions?
Hello, my question is, it's possible to integrate all the teaching skills that you mentioned before in one class?
Yes, it is. Is it possible? Yes, it is. We did it today. Well, we didn't do listening. Well, you're doing listening, but we didn't do writing. We did most of them. It's possible, but you need to design your own class. You can't just open the textbook to page 29 and the class is there. No. You need to design your class. Hay que diseñar la clase. Y ahí volvemos al dibujo de everyone must take the exam. Todos deben tomar la evaluación, la misma evaluación. Trépese al árbol. Entonces, how do we design a class that fits all the different learning styles? ¿Cuáles son las learning intelligence, different, what is it called? It's called it's called the 8 intelligences, ¿cierto? Is it the Bloom taxonomy? No. Multiple intelligence. The theory was developed by Gardner in 1983. It suggests that people do not have a single fixed intelligence, but rather a spectrum of different abilities. Entonces, linguistic, intelligence, logic, math, spatial, music, kinesthetic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalist. You know them all. You memorized it. And that's great. I mean, and why is this important? Because maybe she's good at counting numbers and you're good at spelling, or she's good at memorizing. But he's good at speaking. So how do we make the class interesting for everybody? How do we make a class that's interesting for everybody? Every class. How many weeks a year? How many weeks a year? ¿Cuántas semanas hay en un año? Yeah, a lot. No las suficientes. 52. In my case, I work 48 weeks a month. 48 weeks a year. 48. That means I only have 1 month vacation. That's my job. All right? Because I am independent. So I need to hustle. So I need to make, and I have 3 lessons per week. 3 clases a la semana por 48 semanas. Y todas tienen que ser interesantes. ¿Cómo lo hacemos? Pues ese es el reto que tienen ustedes. Ese es el reto. Y bueno, y una cosa más, y ahora sí ya para terminar. How do we make a difference in our students' lives? ¿Cómo hacemos la diferencia en la vida de nuestros estudiantes? ¿Cómo hacemos para que se lleven más allá que una simple clase de inglés? Hay algo en el teatro que se llama catarsis. ¿Alguien sabe qué es la catarsis?
Invierte en tu futuro.
Estudia en FUNDES del Espinal. Derechos, licenciatura en lengua extranjera e inglés, tecnología en regencia de farmacia y especialización en educación e intervención psicoeducativa.
Becas, descuentos y convenios.
Llama ya al 320-225-4010.
Institución sujeta a inspección y vigilancia por el Ministerio de Educación Nacional.